In my opinion, the only real justifiable way to start any video is to adjust the lighting and to talk about why the fuck the UFC would release Jacob Volkman. Now, not that I know too much about it, but I will make this, it wasn't supposed to be, but I will make this my first order of business. So why Jacob Volkman, after running a 6-2 record in the UFC, was being released. What I have here, just, what I can find on my iPhone was, he's a licensed chiropractor. He alienated some of his fans with his post-fight speeches, and it says they range from cocky to bizarre. So the UFC was kind of creeped out, I guess, by Jacob Volkman. Not to mention the comment he made to the famous comment he made to Ariel Helwani about wanting to fight Barack Obama next. Probably didn't help very much. Actually, it's pretty out there already and over and done with. But he did receive a visit from the Secret Service. Volkman he remained outspoken about how Barack Obama was basically being a bum president in his words, not mine. As a 6-2, you should never release a guy like that. He doesn't think that the UFC or the fans respected his technical genius is a quote that he used, but hey, I mean, things happen. Crazier things, such as Nate Marquardt, who Saffiedine, heavy favorite against Saffiedine in the last Strikeforce event ever, actually was defeated by Saffiedine. So it lands a UFC 158 fight, which I'm still thinking is going to be one of the greatest cards of the year. He still lands a spot on the main. Listen, this is the guy, Nate Marquardt, who in Pittsburgh was supposed to be the main event against Rick Story. Reason why he couldn't fight Rick Story? Drugs. He fucked up. Dana White had wanted nothing to do with him. Cut him immediately. Now he's back on the main card. He's fighting Jake Ellenberger. He's taking over, and in case you haven't heard, the reason why he's taking over Jake Ellenberger is because Johnny Hendricks moved up to co-main event slot, which I think he deserved anyway. I think he deserves at least co-main event because he didn't get the fight that he wanted. Of course, is he behind me? Who I'm behind? I'm behind Diaz all day, but regardless of the situation, he was supposed to, he wanted to avenge his loss against Carlos Condit, which also happened in Canada. His third round TKO loss to Carlos Condit, and his only single loss. He's not going to get to do that. Faraz Sahabi said that he warned him about overtraining. He had talked to him about overtraining. The kid didn't listen. He's young. He had a lot of miles on him. He thought he could use them. Used them all too quick. And now he suffered an injury, pulls out of UFC 158. So now what we have is, of course, Nick Diaz. Everyone's worried about Nick Diaz pulling out of this fight. Everyone's worried about Diaz pulling out, not showing up for shit. And this is what happens. So anyway, we still have GSP and Nick Diaz. That fight's still on. That fight's still going to happen. So UFC 158 is going to be a monumental mark. And for both fighters, it's going to show where they're at in their careers. Me personally, I believe Nick Diaz now is a completely different fighter than he was, say, last time he fought. Well, not last time he fought. The last time he fought in UFC, he fought Carlos Condit. Prior to that, he fought Penn. Not that Nick Diaz, but the Nick Diaz that fought Carpathian, the Nick Diaz that fought Diego Sanchez, Josh Neer, all those guys before he went around, and kind of dabbled in, just kingpin Strikeforce, but dabbled in Dream and Pride and things, those organizations. He's a completely different fighter. Boxing, crisp as can be, and jiu-jitsu ace. Nick. What really turns me on about Nick fighting anybody is the way his swag, the way that he does fight people, the way that he taunts people, the way that he just makes himself look so much better than the other competitor. Even if he has to beat you at your own game, and he doesn't. He doesn't think for a second that you're better than him, and he's proved it more times than not. So within there lies my reason for my loyalty to Nick Diaz. George St. Pierre, however, started out incredible knockouts of Matt Hughes and Jake Heron. and slowed down after the Serra loss. Matt Serra knocked him out, UFC 69, and he slowed down. It started playing it safe. It just kind of hit my off switch. But it looks like he's kind of starting to try to pour it back on. So, truth be told, absence, maybe ignorance is bliss. Johnny Hendricks, it seems like a good guy. He seems like he comes from a good background. He's well mannered. He's well spoken. Maybe for me, a little too well spoken, a little too well mannered. He just doesn't have enough not enough pay-per-view draw in him to be a huge success at this point in time. I think this is a good thing. I don't think the card's changed for in a bad way. I think the card looks better this way to me. To me personally, that fucking Nate Marquardt won the lotto on this one. He was beaten by Safdie. Wasn't supposed to be beaten. He was beaten by Safdie, which is crazy. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I didn't watch the fight live. I heard it. I actually got a report on my phone, and when I read it, I couldn't believe it. So Jacob Volkman out of the UFC, holding a 6-2 record. I'm not quite sure, what the exact reasoning for that is. As soon as I find out, you'll find out. And then we have, a new co-main event, and that's going to be Condit versus Hendricks. And, and then, third in line is going to be Nate the Great Marquardt, who did, I have to throw this in there, he did take Anderson Silva dead serious, fought for the title against Silva, was expected to beat Chael Sonnen to take Silva on for a second time. He was highly touted at one time. In case anyone hadn't watched, he was very highly touted. He was a high favorite to beat Chael Sonnen before Chael became, the gangster from Westland, Oregon that he is today. He was supposed to beat Chael in this fight, and Chael beat him up. He held him in a guillotine forever, and Chael even admitted himself it was the most miserable fucking 60 seconds of his life. So he wasn't supposed to win it. Chael won it, and Chael won the shot at Silva, and there we go. History is made. So who knows what's going to come, but all I know is this is going to be an epic card. This is oh shit, I'm filming this 2/19, trying to do the best I can editing it. So I hope you all enjoy UFC 157, Ronda Rousey, Liz Carmouche. God, I mean, the odds are so overwhelming. I'm a Ronda Rousey fan. I do like Ronda Rousey, but I'm an even bigger Liz Carmouche fan after learning about her and knowing, seeing her interviews, knowing about her, watching her fights. I didn't know a thing about her before she challenged Ronda Rousey. I didn't know she existed. I had no idea, but now I do, and I hope she pulls it off. I truly do. I don't think that she will. She's 8-1 to lose, and Ronda Rousey is 12-1 to win. 12-1. I mean, it's hard to suck up and take in. Christine Cyborg Santos is out of the UFC as well, and she signed with Invicta FC, so she'll be fighting soon. So check her out. I mean, just because she didn't fight Ronda Rousey, means she's a bum. She couldn't make 135. Her manager, Tito Ortiz, I mean, it's all in the game, really. And I think Dana White's a dirty player. That's not that I don't have respect for the guy. He did resurrect UFC, but I mean, you can only have so much respect for someone before you look at them as almost an asshole. I mean, it's almost like he puts his face in front of the camera on purpose to be a celebrity when he really should be behind the scenes just doing his damn job. The fighters should be the celebrities. They're the ones that are training 6 days a week, 12 hours a day, going up those 4 stairs, having a cage door locked behind them, and facing their foes, earning $14,000 to $1 million paychecks. It's the name of the game. So, okay, if any more news erupts, you'll know it as soon as I know it. I promise I'm back on the ball. Purpose of One-on-One Nation, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it very much. Shout out to Mr. Coldwater Canyon, and I will see you soon. Saturday night, check me out. I will be doing a post-fight blog after Ronda Rousey's win. Let's just say it. After Ronda Rousey wins, Lyoto Machida, one of my guys. Good luck to him. Who doesn't love Lyoto, by the way? I mean, come on. He's literally the Karate Kid. So, see you after that. Thanks for watching. Just squirm. Remember. Chin down, hands up. There you go. Very sweet. Nick Diaz style. There you go. Okay. What bitch? And then say like this. Ready? Stockton, motherfucker. Hands back up. Stockton, bitch. Huh. Little Nick Diaz action. Alright. Back. One. And roll your shoulder. Boom. Two. 1, 2. Look at that. Beautiful shoulder roll, mommy. Pow. Nick Diaz classic. Left hook. Or left cross, I mean. And then take the back. So connect your hands. Connect your hands. Go ahead. There you go. And you drag them down. You drag them down. And it's over. And Peanut's a winner by submission.